Now you feel like you got?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You feel like you got a South sound, West sound, Midwest,
You know what?
North?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got asked this question when I actually start first. I don't know. I don't know because
Okay.
when I look at like the analytics,
Yeah.
it goes both ways. I can honestly say being in Arizona, the West Coast with West Coast people,
Yeah.
I feel like they like my music the most. But I have
Your
two
music?
different I have two different sounds. Like I have more sometimes like I guess you would call it a West Coast sound.
Yeah.
And then I kind of have an Indiana sound, which is not really a sound yet.
Why you say that?
Because a lot of people, when they think of Indiana, they don't know what
They
they
don't
think.
know what it is, and that's
You know,
true. I would say I feel that Midwest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of like you're different. I would say like Sexy Red, but a little bit different. A little bit different. And that energy is winning right now. And I kind of like I'm actually a Sexy Red fan. I
Well-
actually am. So I know like everybody's sensitive about like, oh, don't put me next to them or whatever. I get that. It's always like, you know how like when you go on Spotify
Mm-hmm.
and when people are going to select you, right? They're going to be like similar artists that you should listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I guess let me put it to you, like if I was to go on Spotify and check, what do you think similar artists or bigger artists that you would be there? What kind of artists would they be to find your music?
What genre she?
Because
she be in?
that's what it comes down to. Everything is off the algorithm, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, if I'm on Spotify, if I'm on YouTube, all these platforms, how am I going to be able to discover your music?
right. Okay, that's a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah. What would you
So
think?
yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. So
Yeah.
first off, I don't mind. You know, everybody has to compare a little bit to somebody for them to kind of get the details,
Yeah.
especially if you haven't
Yeah.
listened to the music. So I fuck
Yeah.
with Sexy Red. I love the Ratchet Hoes. That's one of my favorite bitches, actually.
Okay, that's what's
but
up.
I feel like I wouldn't say that category because
I think you're classier though. So
I don't even want to say classier because I don't want to say
maybe
she's
your
not classy.
look. Your look.
Yeah, I
Your
feel like
look.
I'm less eat my pussy. Blah, blah, blah,
Right,
which
right,
I,
right, right.
I
She's
like
more
that.
a player, like
Yeah,
player-wise.
yeah.
I'm less raunchy. That's a great way to
Less
put it.
raunchy.
Exactly. Like,
Okay.
But don't mean I'm not gonna bang Sexy Red for 12 hours straight if I
Got
gotta drop
you,
somewhere.
got
But
you.
I feel like it's more player. So I feel like I try to take what men say and how they are
Okay.
and put it in more of a female aspect. So it's not always just eat my
what's up.
pussy. It's more like
Right.
a little bit more player. So I feel like my music is for the women that are the perfect balance because I noticed, especially living out in West Coast, I feel like if you're from the hood, they think you can't be educated or be classy,
Right.
or if you're educated and classy, they feel like you can't be a ratchet bitch and want to twerk on a weekend. So I feel like
Right,
my
right.
music is the balance for both. Like
Okay.
we still put on some booty shorts to have our ass shaking, but we still can go to a nice dinner date in Scottsdale and be
Suited up,
classy.
looking classy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we players. So like I feel like that's my music is for the player women. Like
It's
that
for the
don't let a
player.
nigga do them any old kind of way or
Okay.
they 2 steps ahead of a nigga, but they still very loving girls, fun girls. I feel like I make fun girl music. I can
Girl
say that.
music.